Bay Area.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to our Fleet Week Spectacular Friday right here on CBS News Bay Area. The fog is clearing. The sun is shining. We see blue skies out there. A beautiful shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's turning out to be a perfect day to watch the Blue Angels soar over the bay. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. And we are coming to you live from some of the best seats in the house here at the St. Francis Yacht Club. We are so
required to support the Blue Angels
for hosting us each year. Now, just steps to us to the west is a huge crowd gathered on Marina Green to take in the air show. Rehearsals, they've been going on for about an hour now. And throughout the weekend, you'll be seeing everything from the F-22s and the F-35B fighter jets to the massive United Airlines 777. Always an amazing sight to see it just swoop over the Golden Gate Bridge.
You're looking at a live picture right now of Fat Albert coming over the Golden Gate Bridge as we speak. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But the Blue Angels, of course, are always the marquee event of the weekend. Here's a little preview of what you will soon see. Our chopper caught them in action during their survey flights yesterday. They are due to arrive above us here in about 10 minutes from now, and we will bring you their show in its entirety live. And we have about half a dozen photojournalists positioned all across the city and around the San Francisco Bay to capture the action from every single angle.
And Ryan, it's been about a year now, but I think it's safe to say that you and I are still jealous of Jessica Birch. Our resident Army National Guard Black Hawk pilot got the chance to take a spin with the Blue Angels last October, and she's on Marina Green now with a look at the Fleet Week forecast. Jess?
All right, here's the forecast as we head into this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies right now over the Marina Green. It is beautiful out here today, nice and warm. Honestly, I don't even need the jacket. Let's take a quick look at this forecast. Heading into this weekend, we're going to see more clouds roll in, though, as we head into our Saturday setup, clearing up a little bit more as we head into Sunday. So just keep that in mind for the air show, too. Here's our daytime highs widespread throughout the Bay Area. If you're not coming out here, if you're spending your time in your neck of the woods this weekend, you can expect 80s off in our inland areas throughout this afternoon, 70s into the Santa Clara Valley, low 70s all the way up into Santa Rosa. Here's the next 7 days real fast. All throughout the Bay Area, you're going to notice small day-to-day changes in the forecast. Overall, great news, right? I mean, it's finally fall-like weather here in the Bay. Last week, we dealt with record-breaking weather when it came to that heat wave, and now we're back down to 60s and 70s for Oakland and San Francisco, 70s and 80s for our friends over in the East Bay. The coast, what's new? It's always 60s this time of year with those cloudy skies holding on tight. We might even see a little bit of drizzle in the forecast for us up in the North Bay for our Saturday forecast, the same day that we have more dense clouds over here into San Francisco. It'll be nice and clear, though, as we head into next week for our friends down in San Jose, with 70s holding on tight to the forecast.
And back out here live at the St. Francis Yacht Club, the excitement is in the air. You can feel it.
Yes.
And so is Fat Albert.
Yeah, the Blue Angels massive support plane just came in over the bay from Oakland, and it just buzzed the Golden Gate Bridge to show us what it can indeed do.
The C-130J Super Hercules has a wingspan of, get this, 132 feet, and it's powered by a quartet of Rolls-Royce turboprop engines, along, of course, with a crew of 8.
It's quite fancy. As for how it got its name, it is exactly how you think it did. It joined the team back in the 1970s when the popular Fat Albert cartoon was on the air. The pilots nicknamed the plane after the title character, owing to its size and, of course, its shape.
And Fat Albert, appropriately, has quite an appetite. It has a cargo capacity of 45,000 pounds and carries everything from maintenance and support equipment to the pilot's luggage.
But, you know, we like to just say Fat Albert is this big bone.
Yeah, curvy.
It's nice and curvy. It's a curvy plane.
Healthy.
And it's strong. It's like Hercules, like it's 7130 Hercules plane.
Yeah, no
like its
big deal.
namesake.
There you go. And this was just so good, we had to bring it back. Who could forget our dear colleague, Matt Lively's face when he took off in Fat Albert last year. This year, look,
he looks a little scared.
A little scared.
Just
look
a little bit.
Just watch his eyes there. All right, well, this year, our Amanda Harry met the guy at the controls of Fat Albert. Take a look.
With the sound of revving engines, members of the Blue Angels are taking the final steps to repair the aircraft. And for Major Joshua Sultan, This weekend marks a personal final step, his last air show in San Francisco.
You know, it's pretty surreal. It's been a lot of hard work over the past 2.5 years.
He works on a unique aircraft, affectionately nicknamed Fat Albert.
This is the only C-130 Juliet that is painted like this. You will never see another one like it. We only have this one aircraft.
It's powerful to make long trips and carry load.
It's got 4 Rolls-Royce engines.
Sultan says it's special, showcasing the professionalism and excellence of the Navy and Marine Corps through flight demonstration. He knows firsthand that it can change someone's life.
When I was a little guy down there in Pensacola, my dad took me out to actually watch the Blue Angels and see Fat Albert. So I think it's kind of full circle now. I get a chance to fly this aircraft behind me.
While in town, the Blue Angels do outreach at schools and colleges to teach kids about life in the military. Sultan wants to inspire the next generation of servicemen and women.
Those little ones that are standing on the fence line, this is for them.
And the big kids too. Rick Baldonado stood up against the fence to catch a glimpse. He's a Navy veteran and worked on flight decks refueling jets.
It just kind of brings a lot of good, feelings back and memories, and it's a great way to honor today's military.
Sultan says it's been an honor to be a part of it. He'll end his time with the Blue Angels in November.
And I think we've been successful across the board, and I'm looking forward to finishing strong and then heading back to the fleet units.
As he gears up for his last flights, he knows the memories will last a lifetime. He hopes those watching feel the same.
And anyone watching the Blue Angels zip across the sky probably dream of what it would be like to actually be on a fighter jet and fly like a fighter jet.
Yeah, well, each year the squadron selects one key influencer serving their community who they believe has earned the chance of taking the flight of a lifetime. I had a chance to catch up to this year's key influencer, Kurt Yagi, whose organization, City Kids Rock, has helped students at 3 schools in San Francisco for the past 3 decades.
Here we go. Canopy's coming down.
All clear.
Whoa. That's right, 7679, open ground.
Strapped in the back of an F-18.
This is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life, I think.
This is how Kurt Yagi was recognized for years of giving back to his community.
All righty, we are cleared for takeoff. We're going to get our frequencies all dialed in.
And let's do it.
A chance to take a spin.
Whoa. That was upside down?
By hitching a ride with the Blue Angels.
That's so crazy.
It is a journey of service that all began with his feet firmly on the ground.
Started off volunteering 26 years ago, and we just celebrated our 30-year anniversary.
Where for more than a quarter century, he has served as a volunteer. And now executive director of the nonprofit City Kids Rock.
Real Options for City Kids, ROCK is the acronym. Our strengths are social emotional learning, lots of recreation, outdoor activities, but we also insert ourselves into the school to address whatever critical needs there are.
Critical needs like eyesight.
Yeah. Really good I can see.
Where just last year we profiled Kurt Yagi and his City Kids Rock as they provided free reading glasses for students.
I just love doing this type of work.
It is the type of work that caught the attention of the Blue Angels.
Easy left. This is a 2.5G pull here.
Who each year during Fleet Week, they select one community key influencer. And this year, the honor belonged to Kurt Yagi.
Holy smokes.
Back on land, a big thumbs up from his pilot, Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell.
Kurt did great. We had a lot of fun. We went out about 50 miles to the west over the Pacific Ocean, everywhere from -2 to 7.4 Gs, just under the speed of sound. He got the full experience.
An experience of a lifetime.
Can't put this into words. I mean, this is every little boy and grown adult's dream to do something like this, and it was fun. It was unbelievable.
Blue Angel 7, yeah, request a right-hand descending turn for the initial.
An unbelievable ride and a chance to fly high above the very community he serves.
And of course, I had a chance to hang out where Kurt Yagi he was getting on and off that Blue Angels F-18. He was very nervous when he got on, but when I talked to the pilot afterwards, he says, we did the full routine with him. So he lasted the 7 Gs. They were about 600 miles per hour, just under Mach 1, just under the sound barrier. And I talked to Kurt. I said, well, how'd you handle it? He says, I think I passed out just once.
I bet.
He said, I saw a tunnel at one point, and then all of a sudden I was awake again. But he did fine. He was able to go through the whole routine. And if you want to know about City Kids Rocks, it is celebrating its 30th year. The organization collaborates with 2 elementary and 1 middle school in San Francisco, Visitation Valley. Kurt has been with the nonprofit for about 26 years, serving as executive director for 21 years. And if his name does sound familiar, it's of course a few years back he was honored as a Jefferson Award winner right here on KPIX. But you know, good for him, a once in a chance lifetime.
Well deserved.
To fly with the Blue Angels, and he nailed it.
And he nailed it. He didn't lose his lunch.
No,
which
he
is
kept his
pretty
breakfast.
admirable. Most people
Breakfast,
don't.
lunch, and dinner.
Most people do not make it that far. Good for him. What a great story. All right, stick with us. The Blue Angels are coming up right after this short break. Welcome back to the St. Francis Yacht Club on this Fleet Week Spectacular Friday. We are just minutes away from the Blue Angels. The Navy demonstration squadron will be flying in the air shows all weekend long.
And while they may be the main event, remember, they are just a part of what you'll see in the skies over the next couple of days. Those air shows start just after noon each day. They run for more than 3 hours. And we just got some incredible video that we want to show you from one of the pilots who will be performing. We want to thank our friend Corey Lavelle for sending this to us. Look at that right there. He is with the Patriots jet team based out of Contra Costa County. The all-civilian group performs in air shows all across the western U.S., flying those black L-39 Albatross jets that stream red, white, and blue smoke. Go USA. They'll be the fourth act in the air shows on Saturday and on Sunday.
Corey and his flying partner Randy Howell will be on later in their personal planes. Corey's is in the blue one. Randy is in the red there. This is video from a flyover they did at Chase Center back on Wednesday. Both planes are covered in special decals to promote the upcoming NBA All-Star Game here in San Francisco. Corey and Randy will be flying around 2:15 tomorrow to look for them. They'll be tomorrow and Sunday. And if you want to know what it's like to be at the controls of a stunt plane like that, Tune in tomorrow morning. Our Max Dara will be interviewing Corey in our 7 o'clock hour right here on CBS News Bay Area. But really, you know, we talk a lot about the Blue Angels, but there's so many talented pilots here this weekend. We're really getting a chance to see them in person.
Yeah, we've seen the F-35s, we've seen the F-22, that 777 Boeing United Airlines plane flying over the Bay Area. I mean, it's incredible to see all the different styles of planes and what they can actually do up in the air. And it's almost amazing. It almost doesn't even look real up there.
No, it really doesn't. And it's funny because, you know, when they're practicing a couple days before the big show over the weekend, sometimes for a moment you may forget that they're here, and then all of a sudden you're walking along the street and you hear this loud boom, and you look up and go, oh, that's right, Fleet Week's in town.
Well, we were just inside the yacht club, and we were working on our scripts, and all of a sudden we heard the F-35 fly overhead.
Ooh.
I actually thought it was an earthquake because the whole building just started to rumble, but no, of course, it was an F-35, and it was just part of the air show.
You don't just hear it, you feel it.
Oh, you feel it, yeah.
Especially with some of these planes, and you know, that's what's sort of the magic of it, is that not only are you seeing the show from the sky, is that you feel like the energy of the planes down the ground, which makes it so cool.
Yeah, of course, those are the precursors, and those are the opening acts for the main act, of course, which will be the Blue Angels, which will be flying over the city of San Francisco and the San Francisco Bay in just a few minutes. If you're watching from the shores of San Francisco, from the city, normally they go over and they launch from Oakland. They hang a hard left and turn around in the North Bay, and they're going to make their way and fly over Angel Island, over Alcatraz, and they're going to give the city quite the buzz once they do start to fly.
Yeah, it always kind of takes your breath away when they make that first buzz towards the city there. But I got to tell you, if you're watching at home, you got one of the best seats in the house too. But because we have over half a dozen photographers stationed throughout along the bay here on the Embarcadero, and then here at the St. Francis Yacht Club. So you're getting a front row seat to the whole show if you can't make it out this weekend. And you know what? I think that's them.
That's them right there. The Blue Angels now taking off from Oakland right now, and they should be heading over the East Bay Hills, hanging over to the North Bay, and they'll make their turn, and they'll start making that U-turn and coming back towards San Francisco. We should see them flying over Angel Island in just any moment right now, but you're talking about the view that we have here at the St. Francis Yacht Club. We see all these boats and different yachts in the bay right now, a couple people on paddle boards and kayaks right now. They're going to have the view of a lifetime once the Angels fly over the San Francisco Bay.
Yeah, no kidding. It is a spectacular day out here. We really lucked out with the weather. It is crystal clear blue skies.
The Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public
Let's send it over to Lieutenant Connor McDonald, the MC, and the Blue Angels
hoping to inspire a culture of excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated here this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but are refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here, over San Francisco, we will demonstrate these maneuvers at very low altitude in traditional Blue Angel formation, so that you may see and take pride in the precise fashion in which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to fly. Having completed their takeoff maneuvers at Oakland International Airport, the 6 demonstration pilots have rendezvoused into the Blue Angel Delta. In this formation, Blue Angels 5 and 6 have joined on the outboard positions to create our signature 6-plane formation. As they approach, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots you'll be watching perform here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Skaneateles, New York, Captain Alex Armatas. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Commander Jack Keelty. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Georgetown, Texas, Lieutenant Commander Wes Perkins. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Mounds View, Minnesota, Lieutenant Commander Amanda Lee. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Madison, Wisconsin, Lieutenant Commander Griffin Stengel. Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Baltimore, Maryland, Commander Thomas Zimmerman.
running off and never saying sorry. But if I'm a thief, then he can join the heist and we'll move to an island. And he can be my jailer, virgin to this tailor. Every love I've known in comparison is a failure. I forget their names now, I'm so very tame now. Never be the same now. No, I see how this is gonna go. Touch me and you'll never be alone. Island breeze and lights down low. No one has to know. No one has to know. In the middle of the night, in my dreams, you should see the things we do, baby. In the middle of the night, in my dreams, I know I'm gonna be with you, so I take my time. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Baby, let the games begin.
As the Delta approaches, you should get a good look at the entire Blue Angel formation prior to individual diamond and solo maneuvering. Now, directly before you, the 2024 Blue Angels. Are accelerating to 400 miles per hour and pulling back towards the show line. To the left and right, they have turned on their smoke as they approach for the first of their opposing maneuvers. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 360 pass. The Blue Angel Diamond will momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these four aircraft. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond. Sensation of weightlessness or zero-G flight, similar to that experienced by astronauts in space, will now be felt by the two solo pilots. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft to 90 degrees angle of bank and push forward on the stick as they perform the opposing knife-edge pass. Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond Roll. All 4 aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver.
Story.
The 2 solo pilots will next demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted roll.
I get those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those times, I'm way too I get those goosebumps every time. I need the high, throw that to the side.
To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Captain Armitas's command, all 4 pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond Aileron Roll. Here's Captain Armitas.
I'll lay it on full. Ready, hit it.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake.
Pilots and aviation enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the 2 solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Stengel and Commander Zimmerman will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely, as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration, as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortis. Pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea. Slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Captain Armitas has called for the extension of the landing gear and tail hooks by the 4 Diamond pilots as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Loop. To the left, Lieutenant Commander Stengel is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn rate of the F-18. He'll execute a 7.5G afterburning turn and exit the flight line vertically, showcasing the Super Hornet's turbo nose low capability. As the 4 Diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice 2 significant modifications. The wingmen, Commander Kilty and Lieutenant Commander Perkins, maintain minimum wingtip to canopy separation. However, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel double Farvel.
Pimps in the crib, man. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I'm full of best. Cause I got it going on. Find me in the club. Bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a bar. I'm in the having sex. I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're into getting rough. You can find me in the club. Bottle full of bug.
From behind the spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are approaching the show line at 400 miles per hour. Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross their aircraft over show center.
Shake for a shake, I'm throwing these Emirates in the sky, spinning this awesome llama, make them piece the M-O-N-E-Y. I love my beaches, south beaches, surf, board and high tide. I can just roll up, cause I'm swole up, so that birthday, get the Bugatti for real, I'm cold, bro. How about a biography rover? Got the key to my city, it's over. So only in the color covers. I said racket stretches, hold up. I said racket stretches, hold up.
The 4 Diamond pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade.
I'm so I ain't no killer, baby. She's 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like a skiller, baby.
Setting up for their next maneuver, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they will complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees. The opposing horizontal rolls. To the left, the 4 Diamond pilots have established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Captain Armitage will roll the formation 360 degrees into the 3 wingmen. Over the top, the Diamond pilots will showcase their precision formation flying as they make a subtle modification while in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel changeover roll. As they exit to the right, you will notice that the entire formation has shifted back into the Blue Angel alignment. Now that Blue Angels 5 and 6 have your attention, you have seen firsthand the ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Commander Zimmerman will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Lieutenant Commander Stengel completes his rendezvous with the Diamond to the right. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Stengel has joined the Diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path toward Captain Armitage's aircraft. They'll climb up through vertical under heavy G as they perform the very difficult 5-plane line abreast loop. As they exit to the left, Captain Armitage calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5. Seen several flight profiles of the F-18. The 2 solo pilots will next demonstrate precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation, crossing center point in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 4-point hesitation roll. pilots are rolling out in trail formation for a dynamic separation maneuver. They'll climb up to vertical and smoothly shift back into the Blue Angel diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel vertical break. Lieutenant Commander Stengel and Commander Zimmerman are approaching to demonstrate the impressive pitch rate of the F-18. Crossing center point, they'll execute a maximum performance climb with a split S reversal, bringing their aircraft back over show center. In front of the crowd, Captain Armitage is rolling out the diamond for their next maneuver. The barrel roll. He'll pull up through vertical, roll the formation 90 degrees and perform a split S, finishing with a dynamic separation maneuver.
Girl, my buddy used to like. He showed up out here and he wanted to fight. Now I still talk to him, but I don't know where she is. Guess it's just water under the bridge. That mighty river, it was rolling. We didn't care where it was going.
As the formation pulls to level, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the show line in a separate direction. The Blue Angel barrel roll break.
We had it made, we didn't know it. We were young, dumb, and so full of it. Broken bottles and love was fun and life was easy.
Back to the right, the two solo pilots are making their approach to the show line. Approaching center point, they will simultaneously roll their aircraft 420 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the double duck over roll.
Another selfish moment. I've been feeling helpless, sick of seeing all the selfies. Now I don't care. Found myself a new vocation, calibrated motivation. No more static, change the station, headed somewhere. I'm dancing more, just a little bit, breathing more, just a little bit, care a little less, just a little bit, like life is good. I'm making more, just a little bit, spin a little more, take a bit of it, smile a little more, and I'm in a way.
From behind the crowd, Captain Armitage is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the show line in a separate direction. As each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour, they will perform a reversal turn back towards the show line. You should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 4 aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Stengel and Commander Zimmerman are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet in the clean configuration. They'll pass before you virtually standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight controls provide the slow speed handling that sets the Super Hornet apart in the air-to-air combat arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the Section High Alpha Pass. Selection of Afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. As they pass over center point, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust.
Just looking for a brand new way to get lost. Come looking. Feels good, about time. Blue skies ahead and BS behind. Got the wind in my head, got nowhere to go, so I'm already there. Maybe Moab, maybe the Rockies, maybe the great soft plains of the hills of Kentucky, maybe north, maybe south. Don't care as long as it's now. So long, 4-wheel son, got a tank full of gas down the road. I'm burning. I can't say a word and I can't say a word, and if I don't.
The Blue Angels, home based in Pensacola, Florida, completed an intensive winter training period at Naval Air Facility El Centro, California. The beautiful weather of the Imperial Valley provided us with the optimum conditions to fly each of the demonstration pilots on the 120 training flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our show season opened on the 9th of March and runs through early November. The Blue Angels will perform 62 flight demonstrations this season while visiting 32 cities throughout the United States. The next portion of our flight demonstration will showcase all 6 aircraft flying together in formation. The Blue Angel Delta has been our signature 6-plane formation since 1958. Behind the crowd to the right, the 2 solo pilots have joined the Diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Delta roll. All 5 wingmen maintaining position as they roll 360 degrees over center point.
Is that what came between us, or did we do this on our own? So how did we get here? I'm asking myself why I'm so caught up. Better if we do this on our own. Before I love you, no, no, no. Gonna leave you, no, no, no. Before I'm someone you leave behind, I'll break your heart so you don't break mine. Before I love you, no, no, no. Gonna leave you, no, no, no. Even if I am not here to stay, I still want your heart. Your heart for takeaway. Your heart for takeaway. Your heart for takeaway. Your heart for takeaway.
As they exit to the left, watch as Captain Armitage brings the formation back towards the show line. Very shortly, all 6 aircraft will be approaching for the Blue Angel Fleur-de-Lis. In an aerial salute to our forward deployed forces, all 6 aircraft will separate, perform individual 360-degree rolls, and the 4 Diamond pilots will rendezvous through a looping maneuver. From the left, at 450 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Fleur-de-Lis. Let's listen in.
Up we go.
High and to the right, the 2 solo pilots are rejoining the Diamond for another Delta maneuver. As they rendezvous, watch as Captain Armitage executes a reversal turn, rolling out the formation for the Delta loop break cross.
Taking you home. I'd rather burn fast than let it burn slow.
Passing through vertical, Captain Armitage tilts his head back, picking up the show line here on San Francisco Bay. Over the top, he's floating the formation to place them directly over show center. Now watch closely as Captain Armitage calls smoke on ready break.
Run, run, run. Yeah, one day will the sky might fall. Yeah, one day I could lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. If I learn my lesson, count your blessings into the rising sun.
As each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour, they will perform a half-Cubanate reversal turn. As they pull up and over the top, you should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 6 pilots simultaneously roll their aircraft 180 degrees and head back towards show center. From 6 different directions with maximum closure and minimum separation, they will converge on center point and cross with a combined closure rate of nearly 1,000 miles per hour.
I got what I need, yeah. I see that light in the morning, shining down on me. So take me up high, take me down low, bear it all and somebody knows. But until then, let's have some fun, yeah. Run, 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 run. They tell you that the sky might fall. They'll say that you might lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. Run, run, run. Yeah, one day will the sky might fall.
As you can see, the beautiful day on tap as the Blue Angels continue to fly high above the San Francisco Bay for a Fleet Week Spectacular on this Friday. As they begin to wrap up, we begin to wrap up our show. Joining us live for this Fleet Week Spectacular, a special thank you to the St. Francis Yacht Club for hosting us. We want to leave you with some of the best sights and sounds. Actually, we're going to take you right to CBS News with Nora O'Donnell.